It's episode 10, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Episode 10. So today we are going to talk about March Madness. It's March Madness time. And we're also going to talk about the remaining Major League Baseball players slash fantasy league guru, me. You don't know who me is? Then listen to the intro. It's another show, folks. Thanks for coming. This is Coach Wondergeddon. The show's called the Coach Wondergeddon. It is March Madness. Can you feel it in the air, folks? Can you smell it? Can you digest it? It's March Madness, NCAA. All the players, all the best schools, 68 of your favorite schools are going to be competing for the best basketball championship ever. Why? Because you have 68 teams and only one is going to win the month-long tournament. That is awesome. We have, obviously, if you put let's put the bracket up. As you can see, we have 4 main divisions, and it's going to be whittled down in a tournament form all the way to one winner. So if you do not know that, thanks for coming through and watching. Now you can sound like you have some sense when talking about it at your job, because somebody's going to be talking about it at your job. And if you don't know anything, then you're going to look stupid. So you're welcome. I have 4 number ones. Duke, number 1. Gonzaga, number 1. Virginia, number 1. And UNC, number 1. Those are the 4 first seeds in each division. They are all, I expect all of them to pass all of the first round. I myself, if you look at my draft bracket, which I didn't put up, you can check it on the site. I'll put up and let you guys see. I don't have too many surprises on my sheet. I have Duke versus UNC in the finals, just like the good old days. North Carolina, University of North Carolina versus Duke in the finals of my bracket. A couple surprises that I think is going to happen on my bracket. Look out for Minnesota. I think Minnesota is going to come out the first round, and Murray State might scare some people for a couple rounds. I have them actually coming out the first round. They are a 12 seed, and I think they're going to beat their 5 seed in the first round. As I said, I think Duke with Zion there and RJ Barrett is also on that team. I think they're going to be pretty stacked, and I think UNC just gets coached well enough where they can get themselves to the final. That's what I put down on my bracket. We got 4 of our best brackets in our Yahoo League right now, and we're going to be talking smack through the whole thing, pretending that we knew the right answer the whole time in our group. That is the draft. We'll keep you up to date with that on future episodes. We're gonna finish off our baseball after these messages. Major League Baseball, everybody. It's time. It is time for Major League Baseball. Just so you guys do know, we do have a league that's being drafted for. We're looking for a minimum of 8 to 10 and 8 teams. We're willing to go up to 12. If it goes higher than 12, then so be it. But we're looking for about 8 teams that want to join into our league, the World Fantasy Baseball League. That's what we're going to call it. We have slots left for teams that want to come in. This one's for bragging rights. Maybe next year we'll do a money one. But if you do want access to a money one, then let me know and I'll see if I can organize something for you. We are doing our draft on March 24th at 10:30 if you want to join in. If you got this video after March 24th, then you missed it. And don't ask me to join in late because you had time. I've been saying this for weeks. We are going to talk about our second baseman, our shortstops, and we're also going to talk about starting pitchers, relief pitchers. Figure it out, guys. You can't really go wrong. There's a lot of them. Try to get as many strikeout as possible. You know what? If I did a quick one, though, I'd say take Aroldis Chapman, take Boston's closer, and take whoever the Dodgers closer is. But that's at your discretion. We're going to talk about second base. We're going to talk about shortstops, and we're going to talk about starting pitching. Best second baseman to draft. If you got a first pick and you don't know what you want to draft and you see a list of who's out there and you want the best one available, the best second baseman is Jose Altuve from the Astros. He is 28 years old, which means if you're making a keeper league, then he is perfect because he'll be there for the next 5-6 years for sure. You're looking at 180 plus hits. You're looking at 25 home runs and a plus 300 average, making him a very good first round pick. You want that consistency. You want somebody who's always going to put numbers in your fantasy baseball league. If you have a sleeper, maybe a mid-round, you still see him out there, and you notice that you filled other positions, and you're looking for a second baseman to fill in who might be serviceable. Look at Colton Wong. Colton Wong plays for the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, he's 28 years old. He's 50-50 potential, which means he could hit 50 runs, get you 50 RBIs, about 260 average. Not much for home runs, but if you're looking for a guy who's going to keep putting numbers in your fantasy league, then you're looking at Colton Wong. Flop, unfortunately, although I love this guy as a player, Robinson Cano is my flop for the season. He recently did a PED stint, 50-game suspension for PED use. He left the Seattle Mariners and he's gone to the Mets. He's 36 years old, which is going to be pretty late in your career to start doing a post-steroid bid or a post-PED bid, but so be it. I'm looking at about 20 home runs, which I guess is a good season, but you don't want to pick him too early in the draft. You're looking at about 150 hits and maybe 80 RBIs or 80 runs, maybe. That's my second baseman. Now we're going to talk about the shortstops. I wanted to put Manny Machado in here, but honestly, I think he's going to be playing more third. I think who we should be looking at as one of your first picks could possibly be Trey Turner, plays for the Washington Nationals. Young guy, but you're looking at somebody that has 300 average potential. You're looking at possibly 20 home runs, but maybe 100 runs, maybe 70 to 80 RBIs. I expect these numbers to go up. Those are last year's numbers. I expect them to go up, and I'm confident enough to use an early pick to get a guy like Trey Turner. He could be an MVP this year. He's playing for the Nationals. Bryce Harper's moved on, so he's young, but we're looking at it like it's his team. He could put up MVP numbers. My flop is going to be Elvis Edris from the Texas Rangers. I don't think he's going to get back to his 300 average, 100 runs, 90 RBIs that he's done in the past. I could be wrong. That's why we play the game. I think he's going to be the guy that goes down a little bit. His team's not as good as they used to be. I'll say that. Last couple years, he's kind of dropped off a little bit. He did hit a good run 2 years ago. I don't know if he's going to get it back yet, to be honest with you. My sleeper is going to be ex-Blue Jay Troy Tulowitzki. He now plays for the Yankees. If he stays healthy and gets back even close to his form pre-Blue Jay injury, you're looking at another dangerous hitter on another dangerous squad. If he does 280, if he has a 280 average this year with the Yankees, he's going, and this is a guy who's hit 300 on more than one occasion, then that's a dangerous and a deep line, and he could pick up 80 RBIs from the sixth slot on that team. All he has to do is have somebody on base in front of him. I don't know, injuries are hard to figure out sometimes. To be honest with you, though, I think he's healthy. He hasn't played basically all of last year. I expect him to be healthy. That's my sleeper. Pick him up lower in the draft if you can. I think you're going to benefit from it. And now we're going to talk about the position that you want to know about most. That is your starting pitching. I should do that. That deserves a echo. Let me see if I can get one. Starting pitching. Most important position in fantasy baseball. That's it. That's the most important position. First round picks, you're gonna want to pick up two guys that are on my radar for first round picks. Is Max Scherzer from the Washington Nationals, and my other guy is Garrett Cole from the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm gonna talk about Max. Max is a 300 strikeout guy. His career ERA is 3.21, which means he doesn't get, he doesn't, they just don't score on him. This guy's sick. I'm expecting 20 years. I'm expecting 20 wins this season from him. I'm expecting another Cy Young look. He's done this for the last few years, where he's struck out more than 300 players, which is outrageous. He's done this for about 6 seasons in a row. That is my obvious first round pick if he's there. If he's not there, and I'm still going for the first round, if Max Scherzer is not available, then you're going to want to pick up Garrett Cole. I think he's going to be the monster of the season this year. He now plays for the Houston Astros. He's got a year under his belt with the Houston Astros, and I think he's only going to get better this year. I'm expecting 20 wins from him this year. I'm expecting 280 strikeouts this year. I'm also looking at a 2.88 ERA, and I think that it's going to, I think it might even lower this year. Those are my two number one picks. If I'm in the first round and those guys are available, I am not going to pass them up over any position in baseball, fantasy. Okay? My sleepers this year are going to be from the Toronto Blue Jays, Aaron Sanchez. If Aaron Sanchez plays a healthy season, I think he's going to have a way better season than he's had for the last 2 years. He's always had little injury problems, looks like little nagging injury problems. I'm hoping that this year, even though I've heard this all before, is that Aaron Sanchez is over his injuries. It's never really big ones. Last year was a blister that just kept coming up when he was pitching, and it wouldn't allow him to pitch long. I heard that he got surgery to take care of that, and he should be good to go. I'm expecting him to have a season like I expect him to. A lot of strikeouts, a really low ERA. The defense this year looks like they're going to be playing a lot better. The Blue Jays defense, that is. So I'm expecting him to get a lot of extra outs that he used to have to work really hard for in the past. So I'm expecting him to be my sleeper. My other sleeper is going to be the San Diego Padres, Joey Laducci. He is one of my guys from last year. Left-handed, inning eater. I expect him to get about 170 innings this year. His ERA is 4. I expect that to go down a little bit. He has filthy stuff, and he's not the number one guy on your league, so it's a number one pitcher, but he's a really good pick late in the mid rounds. Those are the guys that are not your Cy Young guys, which means that they don't conflict and go on the same schedule all the time. Most leagues have one starter a game or each day. If you have too many A-plus pitchers, they all end up pitching on the same days, and then it screws your fantasy league up. So look out for that. That's why he's a perfect sleeper, because he's usually the third or fourth pitcher and does pretty much an amazing job. My two flops this year, Marco Estrada from the Oakland Athletics. Used to be a Blue Jay. 35 years old now. He's at the tail end of his career. He's in Oakland, so he's probably going to benefit. If he does get a lot of wins, he's probably going to benefit from an offense with Chris Davis hitting 40 home runs a season. But I don't expect him to strike out too many people. I don't expect his ERA to be much less than 4. He's pretty much a guy who's dropped from a great pitcher to a slightly above average pitcher. I wouldn't draft him. I'd probably stay away from him. Another guy I would stay away from, who is actually kind of a surprise, New York Yankees, James Paxton. He was 11-6 last year. Now he's gone to the Yankees. The good thing is that he doesn't have to face the Yankees lineup. But I think with that much run support and him, he's okay, but I don't really expect him to do too much on the pitching front. I expect his numbers to drop this year. Again, he's another guy who was held in really high regard, but I think at the end of it, he's probably at the tail end now. That's going to be my two flops. That's it, guys. I have now given you every single position to baseball fantasy season. I've given you guys all your passing grades. You are now able to go out there, join a fantasy league, draft, listen to what I say, take some of my advice. Don't take some of my advice. But we're going to find a winner. Again, if you're not joining my league, join another league. Just think about what I said. And if you've missed any of the past weeks, don't worry about it. I'm going to put all of my baseball positions on one episode, a special unlockable episode. And you guys are going to be able to look at that, watch the whole thing through. Tell me what you think. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. Every single baseball position. Most people's drafts are on a Sunday coming, so good luck to you guys all. What did we learn today, folks? We learned that March Madness, although it is complete madness of March, it doesn't end until April, which doesn't make sense. What else have we learned today? We've learned that the starting pitcher is the most important position in fantasy baseball. And what else have we learned today? We learned that I believe that this year's MVP of the season is going to be Trey Turner from the Washington Nationals. That, my friends, is how I'm going to end episode 10 with a red marker mic drop. And that's how I'm ending the show today. Thanks for watching, guys. This is episode 10, Coach WONDERGEDDON. Thanks, everyone that's watching. Happy birthday, Isla. I know when you see this, it's probably going to be a little bit after your birthday. But happy birthday. Love you. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night, all right?